Hi everybody, my name is Breakthrough Adeleke and I welcome you back to Love and Sex Talk. So, if you have been following my Love and Sex Talk, I believe that you must be blessed. Is there a way you can do it? You'll be watching it, you'll not get blessed. It's not possible. So, this time around, the title of our video is Sexual Perversion versus Sexual Purity, and also the dangers of sexual perversion. Now, sexual perversion is the widespread of sexual immorality. There are people who believe that anybody can have sex whenever they want to have it, anywhere they want to have it, anytime they want to have it. And that is what we call sexual immorality, because God did not design it that way. And so sexual perversion is a direct opposite of sexual purity. Sexual purity is when your mind is pure. It's not just about I'm a virgin. There are people who are virgins, but they are not actually pure in their mind. They are not pure mentally. They are not pure spiritually. So those are the things that we are going to be discussing in this video. And I believe that the Lord will bless you bountifully. Now, the differences between sexual perversion and sexual purity is what we'll be discussing right now. Now, it is expedient for us to know the difference between sexual perversion and sexual purity. Sexual perversion can happen spiritually, physically, or mentally. Yes, I know you're surprised. Like, what type of thing is that? Because there are people. Okay, let me talk about spiritual perversion. There are people who are actually virgins. They've never had sex before in their lives, but they are perverse when it comes to spiritual aspects. They have a strange man or a strange woman who visits them in the dream to have sex with them. And the disheartening part of this is that people who are experiencing this will also have the same trouble with those who are perverse physically. Yes, it's the same trouble. It's just like this. If someone wants to poison you physically, and that person knows that if I give you this food physically, you will not even take it. Probably you are enemies physically. The person knows that you are not going to eat my food. You are going to avoid my food. You are probably going to throw it away. So the person will come to you in the dream and will feed you with that same food. The same food is meant to kill you physically. You did not eat it physically, right? It's going to bring it to you in the dream. You're going to eat it, and that person will die. So it's the same way when the enemy comes to you in the dream in form of spirit wife or spirit husband to molest you, to violate you. They are also planting the same thing that would have happened if you were perverse physically. And that is why it is important for you to fight this spirit. These spirits are strong. They are strong, they are stubborn, but you have to fight them until you win, because the Bible even make it clear unto us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. So you have to fight this spirit so that you can be free. Now, let's talk about mental perversion. Mental perversion is when sex doesn't happen physically. You're probably a virgin, or you're not a perverse person physically, but you are enslaved. You experience masturbation. You are addicted to pornography, addicted to masturbation, addicted to sexual explicit movies or something that expose your mind, that release your mind for those spirits to work on. Mental perversion often happens when you are exposed to sexual explicit movies, sexual explicit videos, sexual explicit pictures, magazines, and all that expose you to those things. Yes, you don't have a boyfriend you're sleeping around with, or you don't go out to sleep around, but you have those consistent thoughts in your mind. You have this consistent thought that comes to your mind every now and then. You enjoy the thoughts, you welcome the thought, and you enjoy the thoughts. And there are those who have even got to the extent of getting something to actually, there are those who have gotten into the stage of masturbation who are actually enjoying it. And the thing is, when you are enjoying mental perversion, it will surely lead to spiritual perversion, because when you're exposed to those things, you're exposed to pornography, you are exposed to sexual explicit magazines, you are exposed to things that makes you to consistently think about sexual immorality. It's going to open you up to those spirits, because when you are watching those things, when you're putting your heart to those things, you are inviting a spirit, you are calling a spirit into your life, and those spirits will come. And if it doesn't happen physically, they come to you in dreams to molest you and to plant demonic realities into your life and destiny. And that is why it is not advisable to watch pornography. It is not advisable to watch explicit movies. Yes, you have to make your decisions. You don't have to watch every movie. Because the movie is trending doesn't mean that you should watch it. Because everybody is going to the cinema to watch the movies doesn't mean that you should watch it. There are Christian films. There are even Nollywood producers that produce movies that are not corrupt, that are not sexual explicit. Yes. You can watch some of my movie reviews to know those movies. I don't review movies that are sexual explicit. So you should know that there are producers that actually produce films that are not sexual explicit. Protect your mind, guide your heart. Don't just expose yourself to anything saying, oh, this spirit husband will not leave me. This spirit wife will not leave. It will not leave, because you keep inviting that spirit over and over again. Don't go to places that were supposed to have naked or stark naked women or men. You have to guide your heart. And talking about physically, when it starts from your mind. What you see, what you hear. That is why I'm going to recommend my book to you, True Love and Sex Worship. There are testimonies that have come out from this book, that this book has changed their mindset. It has helped them. What you see and what you hear will surely gain entrance. It will have this stronghold in your mind. And when you begin to entertain it in your mind, spirit begins to come in. When spirit begins to come in, that's what leads to spiritual perversion. And then from spiritual perversion, see, let me tell you, many prostitutes, out of 100% of prostitutes, many of them, they are not actually doing it because they want to do it. They are doing it because a spirit is leading them to do it. They are already possessed and they are doing it. It's not normal for a girl to stand on the street waiting for the next man to pick you up. It's not normal for a woman or for a lady to think that without sleeping around you will not eat. It's not normal. It has to be a spirit at work, and it starts from your mind. From your mind, you invite a spirit, and from inviting a spirit, it goes physical. And that is why it is expedient for you to protect your mind. So I'm going to tell you these dangers of sexual perversion. Number one, it affects marriage. It affects marriage. Now, if you're saying, oh, these are African jargons, I know you're so posh, you're so tush. What I'm saying is all this African mentality. You don't want to listen to it. Listen to what I'm saying right now. Because there are people that what actually affected their marriage was not because they were sleeping around, was not because they had extramarital affair. It was because they went to somewhere and someone somewhere told them that